So it is the beginning of the month, which means that it's the end of the previous month, which means we're going to go through our emoji tiers. For those of you new to the show, this is our version of power rankings. Instead of going through 1 through 30, we just put them into tiers. We have our top 3 and our bottom 3. Top 3 is the diamond tier. The bottom 3, that is our poop tier. I feel like those are pretty self-explanatory. And then in between, we have 8 in each tier. We have our heart. Those are the teams we love. We have our question mark tier is the middle because we're not too sure about those teams. And then below that, in between the question mark and the poop, we have thumbs down, which also I feel like is pretty self-explanatory. So let's get into it. Here we go. Emoji tiers. I'm going to start us off, it looks like. So my diamond tier, I have the Rays, the Braves, and the Orioles. I'm going to justify the Orioles a little bit here. So
you're going to need to.
Yeah. So I feel like this is the thing is like, I don't know. It's tough because honestly, I considered putting the Pirates here just so they could be there for a month.
Yeah.
Because they had an outstanding April, absolutely unreal April.
Oh yeah.
And that's what I'm doing. I'm doing this based on how they performed in April, not necessarily how they're going to go forward. I feel like the Orioles probably won't be one of the top 3 teams in the league come May 31st. But right now, I feel like they are. They're beating teams they're supposed to. They're playing really, really well together. They're running on everybody, right? Like we talked about, they continue to run.
Yeah.
And that's what it's going to come down to. That's what's really going to get them to have sustained success is the ability to steal bases and get into scoring position without putting the ball in play. And I think that's going to be a big difference maker between them and the rest of the top competition in the league. So Rays, Braves, and Orioles.
Nice.
Who do you have, Brig?
So I'm going to put the Rays and Braves. I think that's totally self-explanatory. But I'm going to put the Brewers as my number 3 in the diamond. Because Christian Yelich is starting to move down a little bit, but he's getting backed up. So I don't know. I feel like it's okay. Especially their pitching. Their pitching is fabulous up in Milwaukee. And I want to
that's like their calling card, right? Their pitching.
Yeah. I just think that having one guy like Christian Yelich kind of trend into this, I wouldn't say it's a full-blown skid. I mean, he's slugging at 340, which is not great. His batting average is at 223, which is fine. It's not great, but it's fine. The problem is he's striking out like 30% of the time.
That's bad.
That's the real problem with Christian Yelich. But everybody else is doing fine. And now that I'm talking myself through this, maybe I should not have included the Brewers in the diamond here. I probably should have included the Pirates because they deserve to be here after the April that they had. They really did.
Yeah, they had an amazing April. They really did.
Now I feel dumb. That's okay.
I don't think the Brewers are a bad pick.
They're not.
Honestly, that pitching is really, really good. Top to bottom, they have outstanding pitching, and
they do.
Mostly going to carry them.
I think that's my justification, but
okay,
I don't know.
We'll see how it goes at the end of the month. All right, let's go. Are you ready to go to the heart tier?
I'm ready to move on past my floundering mistakes here.
All right, my heart tier. I have the Rangers, Twins, Pirates, Blue Jays, Astros, Diamondbacks, Mets, Brewers. So this is where I put the Brewers. It hurts me to put the Rangers here, honestly. But like I said, I don't feel like I could have justified putting the Orioles in the diamond and not putting the Rangers in the heart because I don't feel like the Rangers will be here at the end of the month. We do this after May, I don't think the Rangers will be here. I don't think it's sustainable. And a lot of that is because I've seen what happens to their pitching, and bats cool off.
Yeah.
Right. So that's a big thing. The Astros, if we had done this a week ago, the Astros wouldn't have been here probably.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, certainly not a week and a half ago, they wouldn't have been here. But they were borderline. They were really borderline because they're a little bit of a question mark.
Yeah.
Right. So
I totally agree.
Fits in there, pretty self-explanatory. The Pirates are borderline at the top, though. They had such a
Yeah.
great April. I'm still shocked. But I think we did talk about, though, like with all that talent, it's weird that they're bad, right? Didn't we say that before the season started?
We've said that a million times. Yeah.
Yeah. So we should have seen this coming with the Pirates.
Well, but if one guy changes, Andrew McCutcheon's the only thing that's different, and suddenly they're great. I don't know. I don't think we can say we should have seen it coming. I don't think that gives anybody credit.
Brig, a rudderless ship set adrift sets course with a rudder. Just saying.
Wow. Spoken like a true pirate. Way to go, Blackjack
right.
Brad. Fantastic.
All right, go with your heart tier.
My heart tier looks a little bit like yours, but actually diverts in some really interesting places. I put the Orioles here. So this represents my power rankings 4 through 11, right? That's how we do this. And the Orioles are number 4 for me, and the Pirates are number 5, just based on how April went. So if you're wanting me to be more specific, there you go. You can have it. The Astros are number 11. The Phillies are number 10 in that list. So, but that's how I roll. I think that the Padres sort of got a bump being in Mexico. I don't hate putting them here in the heart category, but the Giants haven't been fabulous. So beating the pants off the Giants is not a big deal, even though it was in Mexico, like whatever. As far as their power rankings and season standings and stuff like that are concerned. I wasn't like overly swayed by Mexico, but I think the Padres, just like you said about Pittsburgh, they have enough talent that they should not be having problems. Right. And that's where it goes. I also put the Rangers here. Same reason you put the Rangers here. If you can take the Yankees and just wallop on them like they did, I think that deserves, some props. And then Nate Eovaldi just really was impressive. Oh my God. That dude, he just was dominant. And that was great. That was great to see. Not as a Yankees fan, but as a baseball fan. And I've been pimping the Rangers the whole time. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
The Rangers deserve their spot here. The Dodgers, for me, are the biggest ones to have slid. And I think I don't know, but I would be surprised if they didn't slide further. I could have put them in the question mark category and been totally justified.
Hey, well, guess what? I did. I put them in the question mark because thanks for serving that one up.
You're welcome.
So I have the Dodgers, Cubs, Angels, Padres, Red Sox, Yankees, Marlins, Phillies. I put the Dodgers here just because, again, too much talent to be playing the way that they are. And I maintain, I think they should have torn it down after last season, because I think this group has hit their ceiling. I don't think they're gonna get back to the World Series this year. I don't care if they rip off a 40-game winning streak. They're not getting back to the World Series this year. No chance. It's not happening. The Cubs are oddly good.
Yeah, but in the lukewarm way, it's so odd.
Right. I know. It is odd. Yeah. The Cubs are so weird like that. They've been this way the last couple of years that it's like they'll go out and they'll rip a team to shreds 17-2, but then they'll let the exact same team beat them the exact same way the next day.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know which Cubs team is showing up to the park from day to day. And that's like the definition of the question mark tier, right?
Right, exactly.
And so the Padres, I didn't let Mexico City sway me at all. They have the talent. They should be in the heart tier, but because they're not performing that way, I couldn't put them there until they prove to me that they're going to win on a consistent basis. The Phillies are starting to win, but I still worry about the bullpen.
Yeah, right.
So there's that issue, and I think that will just always be attached to the Phillies, like it's always attached to the Angels.
Yeah,
it's just the way it goes with some teams. And the Red Sox, I know, are winning right now, but for how long? Who knows?
Woof. Yeah.
So, does it pain you to see the Red Sox and Yankees right next to each other like that? I mean, you're the one who
did that
put
on
these
purpose.
together. Did
you?
I
did it on. Yeah. That's how mad I am, Brad. Which serves up a perfect alley-oop into my question mark, because the question mark category ranks are number 12 through number 19 power rankings, and I put the Yankees at number 19. right now. Okay. So
Oh, wow.
for you actuaries at home that want me to be super specific, there you go. I am so confused. I'm really angry, and I am going to spank them, on this platform, because that's the only one I have. And I'm going to let them know how disappointed I am. So they belong number 19 at the bottom of the question mark category. The D-backs are astonishing me. I'm confused by the Mets, the Twins. Who is Joey Gallo right now? I do not understand.
Vintage Joey Gallo.
It's so crazy, and therefore the entire team belongs in the question mark category. I have no idea how to explain what they're doing. I don't know how to justify the really ambivalent feelings I'm having. It's very strange. But it must be the beard with Joey Gallo or something.
It gives him
It's very
powers. There's
strange.
real power in the beard, Brig.
I think so. The Mariners, to me, this is right where they belong. I totally agree with you. It's looking really shaky on your 2023 prediction that I totally drank the Kool-Aid on. So
A lot of
we're
people
both
were,
going to look
honestly. I was
bad.
shocked how many people were.
Yeah, and that's fine. Everything you
Right.
said about the Cubs and Cleveland's baseball team, they Tito's carrying them. They have a great team. They could be doing more with it. It's the Central. I don't know why they're not. It's interesting. But with the Twins doing what they're doing, it's just fascinating. So,
yeah.
All right.
Okay. My thumbs down. So I've got the Giants, Reds, Rockies, Mariners, Cardinals, Cleveland's baseball team, the Tigers, and the Nationals. So I'm going to tell you why I have the Mariners here. It's not just the fact that they have not looked great, right?
Mm-hmm.
Currently sitting at 12 and 16.
Yeah.
Had some really ugly losses. And I still maintain errors are fixable.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen it with a team before. I saw it with the team I worked with, the minor league team, that they went on a stretch of like 8 games where they committed at least 2 errors a game. But then they went on and they won the championship because they fixed the error issue. So errors are fixable. Bats can heat up, but the problem is there is a gaping hole in the starting rotation where Robbie Ray was that they have not fixed yet and seem to be refusing to fix. And there's a black hole in the lineup at the DH spot, the spot that shouldn't be a black hole. You're platooning at the DH spot. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Blows my mind. So until they get those two things figured out, I am not high on the Mariners right now, and I'm very upset, very angry with what's going on because there are opportunities to. There's a pitcher in Japan who could come over tomorrow and fill that hole in the starting rotation, and I think should, by the by. Those are just my 2 cents on that. And then you've got guys on the roster. You can figure out that DH spot rather than platooning Tommy La Stella and AJ Pollock.
Wow.
It's really frustrating. It's dumb. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, Cleveland should be better than they are. I think they should be sitting on top of the Central and should be there the entire season. But the problem is they have the same problem the Mariners had several years ago, is that your defense can't score runs for you.
Right.
You know, like they've got great defense, they've got great pitching, but that offense is borderline anemic, and you're not going to win a lot of games doing that until they get that offense moving. They're gonna lose a lot of games. So that's why I have Cleveland there.
Did you know Cleveland?
Oh,
hold on. Cleveland already has 5 players with at least 5 stolen bases. Did you know that?
I didn't know that, but
that's why I put them in the question mark category, because they've got what it takes. They just haven't been able to put it together, and they're sitting 13 and 15 right now.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Anyway, sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. It is weird that they're not better because they should be, but at the same time, though, like they barely won their division last year.
Yeah.
What's going to happen this year? I don't know. Anyway, go ahead.
Let's talk about the Red Sox.
Okay.
The Red Sox are in my thumbs down category, but they're at the top of that. So I liked that you put them up in your question marks. It makes a lot of sense. They're currently sitting 15 and 14. And part of the reason that I put them on the bubble like this with my thumbs down is that they're going to face the Blue Jays, Phillies, and Braves coming up. And I really do think that we're going to figure out who they are, and I don't think they're going to hang in there with these teams. I just don't. So I'm putting my money on thumbs down with the Red Sox, which makes me warm and fuzzy a little bit inside as a Yankees fan. But as a baseball fan, it's too bad to watch a franchise like this have to go through a rebuild, which they're not actually doing. That's the hard part. I think did they send Tristan Cassis down, or has he just been sitting the bench a lot? I don't know. I saw a
I don't think they
headline the
sent
other
him down.
day, but it's not looking great. The Reds, the only reason the Reds and the Royals and the Angels and the Giants and the Nationals, Tigers, and Cardinals are in this category. So everybody but the Red Sox is only in this category because I limited my poop tier to 3 teams. But I'm that upset.
You would put the rest of those teams. You would put the Angels in the poop tier, despite like hovering at 500.
Maybe not the Angels, but everybody else. Yeah, I definitely would.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah,
makes sense.
I am so upset with the Cardinals. Like I'm not even a Cardinals fan. I'm a huge fan of their ballpark, though. So if that's
right.
for what it's worth, and I'm a huge fan of their potential and their organization as a whole being consistent. This year is the absence of that consistency. It's the absence of, and I know that the transition of veteran leadership is going to leave a vacuum. I understand that those things happen and that you're going to have turnover and whatever. But my goodness, not this bad. Not for a team who's a perennial contender. It just feels odd and it's heartbreaking. I that sounds melodramatic, but that's how I feel. It's just so disappointing. I mean, they're sitting at 10-19 as we stand right now. This is really bad. So I think this is the worst March and April they've had in franchise history.
But it makes sense. Yeah, a team that's been that consistent for that long. Yeah, for sure.
So I don't know.
I actually put the Cardinals in my poop tier. No, I didn't. I thought I did. I considered it, but I didn't.
You probably did consider it.
I seriously considered it. Instead, I have the A's, White Sox, and Royals.
Yeah.
The A's are historically bad. They're just, the front office is not even trying. They talk about tanking. Like, I've talked about tanking in other sports before, and people are just on Twitter and stuff. People are like, "Well, the players have their pride. They're not going to go out there and try to lose." Like, no, the players are going to go out there and try to win the best they can. But if you have minor leaguers playing in the big leagues who shouldn't be there, that is called organizational or front office tanking, and that's what is going on in Oakland right now.
Yeah,
because they don't care. The White Sox are weird. I don't know. Like Luis Robert not running out a play that he should have beat out.
Yeah.
That seems like there is somewhat of a mutiny going on. That's what that looks like to me. I don't know if it's necessarily the case,
was so bad.
But that could be the beginnings of a mutiny. And then the Royals are just the Royals. Like, I don't know. They should be better, but they're just not. Like, and by better I mean like not in the poop tier, but they're not. They're a bad team.
The Royals franchise loss over the span of any month in their entire history is 21 games lost. Any month on every in any year ever, and they've already done that. It's a record. 21 losses in a month. They set the record this year. Yeah.
That's insane.
Oh, it's insane.
All right, Brig, tell us about your poop.
All right. So I agree with everything you said about the A's. I don't have any idea how to justify 6 wins and 23 losses. I have no idea. And the problem is they're going to continue doing this. This is not it's not trending this way. It's not there's no anemic offense. There's no weird bullpen issue. There's no string of injuries to blame it on. There's no other justifiable. I don't know. We can't. It makes no sense. Aside from the freaking dumpster fire that's happening in the front office and whatever
Yeah.
else. But the White Sox, boy, when I saw that guy loaf into first base, I was like, oh man. Here we go. I thought exactly the same thing you did. Like, I don't know what what's the manager's name? I don't remember.
I don't remember. It's his first year as the manager there, though, because they had
it's gonna be his last year as the manager there.
might be his last month as the manager there.
It might
Let's
be.
be honest.
Yeah, it could be. They're sitting 8-21.
Pedro Griffel.
Griffel, that's his name. Griffal. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
They broke a 10-game losing streak, and the only way they could do it was with this wild comeback
in the ninth inning against the Rays.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah,
I don't know, but they did it against the Rays, right?
Yeah, they did.
Which means that they can play baseball.
Maybe. Brig, a broken clock is right twice a day. Let's be real.
I know that they're still capable of playing baseball. Well,
they should be. They have plenty of talent on that team.
Tons.
Yeah, I don't know. They're baffling. I don't know what's going on there.